it's stronger than they seem. With every hug and word we say, we're building futures day by day. Building strong foundations right from the start. Teaching with love, pouring from the heart. Parenting for the future, hold on tight. Together we will guide them right. Nurturing dreams, watching them grow. In every moment, love we show. With each challenge we embrace, we're building strength and endless grace.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so excited to be here. I want to welcome you to the Parenting Conference 2024. In fact, this is the 5th edition, and it is powered by Winning in Parenting. Okay, parents, I want to believe that you had a very awesome time. The last session, it was amazing. It was amazing. It's a health day, and I want to say that it's very important for us as parents to pay attention to our health. And today, guess what? This session is going to blow your mind. Trust me. So I want to know, where are you joining us from? I hope you've been having fun. Please, guys, I want you to say something. How was the last session? And I hope you had fun. Let's hear from you. Put it in the comment section. Say something about the conference. I want to believe that you've been having fun, because guess what? If we've been doing this for 4 years, and this being the 5th year, it means that we're doing something right. The theme for this year is building strong foundations. And you see something, as parents, we're building children, we're raising kings, and we're raising queens. Today promises to be exciting. When I mean exciting, this session, trust me, you don't know what you're in for. Our guest today is Mrs. AYOMITIDE. In fact, Mrs. AYOMITIDE ISAAC-OYEDEPO. Guys, let me just tell you something. The meaning of her name is "My joy is here," or "My joy has come." So it means that our session is going to bring joy to your home. Yeah. If you're excited, I want you to dance. And I wish I could see that in the comment section. Okay, so guys, remember, please, in this session, make sure you take notes. And like our convener is always saying, she's always saying something about implementation. When you take notes, what I want you to do is have plans on how you're going to implement the strategies that you've heard, how you're going to, transform your home. All right. So before I, because I'm not the one that's speaking, I'm just moderating. My name remains Uncle Sele. And before we bring in our guest, I want to bring in the convener of the parenting conference. No other person but my friend, Mrs. Sandra. I don't know if Sandra is around. Sandra, please come in. I want to say something to your parents. Let them hear from you. And I'm sure everybody wants to see your beautiful face. Yes! Go, Sandy. Go, Sandra. Go, Sandra. Go, Sandra. Sandra, you make me smile every time. When you reached out to me about the parenting conference, I was like, yes. We're reforming the homes. We've seen so many things outside there, and you see something. What I'm very happy is because we're not just crying at home. We are taking action. We are saying, look, let us do something about the wrong that we're seeing. And this is you having the parenting conference, for 4 years, this is the 5th year. Everybody, please, Please clap for Sandra. Please clap for Sandra. Sandra, please thank you. I want to say thank you so much. Yes, you can dance. You can dance because heaven is happy. Trust me, heaven is happy. And I am also happy. I'm your friend, and we're doing this together. And yeah, we love it. We love it. My wife is also there. We love you so, so much. We love you so, so much. So, Sandra, let's hear from you.
Thank you so
Tell us
Thank you
something.
so much, Sele. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you. Uncle Sele is my very good friend, and um, no, let me not even go to that place. Let me not even go that direction. Let me just go. Let me behave myself. So, it's been really amazing. Of course, not easy, but I love something that Uncle Sele said, taking action. So it's not about complaining, right? We've always, talked about the quality of individuals in the society today. We're talking about how the Gen Zers are not listening. We're talking about how, those the Gen Alphas, how they're acting, and we don't understand. But what are we really doing? How much action are we taking?
You
We
take
can
in.
complain over and over again, but from our own corners, from our own sphere of influence, we can actually begin to create a change. And that's what this is all about. For 4 years, this is
Amazing.
the 5th year. We have just been trying to do this, do the best we can to ensure that we create this awareness that positive parenting is the way to go. And I'm so excited because this conference is a bit different. So we're not
Mm,
just speaking to the parents, say, oh, this is how you should raise your child and all of that. We're also looking at the parents themselves. To raise
yeah.
a wholesome child, you need to have or achieve a form of or a level of wholesomeness, because you will raise who you are.
Yeah.
It's not, you cannot, God forbid, doesn't have a place when it comes to proper parenting. Wishes does not have a place, or wishes do not have a place
Not the
when it comes to
place
parenting.
at
What
all.
is your work? Show me your work. And that's what we're doing, creating the awareness that, you know what, to get this result, this is what you need to put in. And I'm so excited about all our speakers. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about our moderators who have been doing so amazing. And you
Thank
know what? It's
you.
just so good. All the volunteers at the back end, I see you. God bless you. We are shining our lights, right?
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
putting the right message out there. Because you know what? God is so mindful of children. Let me tell you one
Of
of the
course.
reasons why I'm doing this today. I heard expressly, this is not a matter of I was dreaming and God told me, like, I heard it when God said to me that parents are leading their children astray unknowingly. They
Wow.
think they love their children, but they are actually leading them on the wrong path, and that I
Wow.
should go and provide support. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I was doing,
Amazing.
so I want you to understand that God is so mindful of these children. And that is
Yeah.
why it looks like the home front is under attack. So
Yeah.
if you are here, you are listening, please understand that there's a huge assignment on the life of your child.
Mm.
Understand that there's a destiny that God has earmarked for your child. And for that destiny to be fulfilled, we need to become a certain way. It is so easy to
Fantastic.
say, I want my child to be this, I want my child to be that. But we need to start asking ourselves this question: who do I need to become for my child to be this way? And that's what this conference is all about. Thank
All
you so
right.
much, Uncle
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, parents, you've heard from the convener herself, So let's just get right into it. Today, the topic is healthy lifestyle choices for the whole family. Healthy lifestyle choices for the whole family. Guys, I am not the one speaking. We have an amazing speaker. She's the CEO of the Den Health and Wellness Center. We're going to take her bio now, and she's going to get right into it
Today,
and blow your.
ISAAC-OYEDEPO is a highly skilled and certified health and wellness coach, as well as a recognized Maxwell leadership coach, who has dedicated over 5 enriching years to the art of coaching. With a profound commitment to enhancing the lives of individuals and groups alike, AYOMITIDE focuses on innovative strategies that promote health improvement and maintenance, all while encouraging a vibrant, fulfilling lifestyle. Driven by the belief that individuals can enjoy a high quality of life with minimal medical interventions, AYOMITIDE strives to empower clients to take charge of their health journeys. Through engaging one-on-one coaching sessions and interactive group workshops, AYOMITIDE provides personalized support and guidance, helping clients uncover their potential and develop effective habits that contribute to overall well-being. In her personal life, AYOMITIDE is joyfully married to Pastor ISAAC-OYEDEPO, and together they are blessed with 4 wonderful children. Their family is a testament to the principles she advocates, embodying a life of purpose, joy, and wellness. For those seeking to embark on a transformative journey toward better health and effective leadership, AYOMITIDE ISAAC-OYEDEPO is an inspiring guide ready to lead the way. Welcome, AYOMITIDE ISAAC-OYEDEPO.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you to Mrs. Sandra. Can everybody hear me? I just want to be sure that everyone can hear me and that you can see me well.
Yes, we can hear you. We can see you.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Sandra, for inviting me to speak at this year's parenting conference. And a big well done to all the previous speakers handling one aspect of the parenting journey or another. Because raising wholesome children is a combination of many areas. It's not just one area. It's an all-rounded assignment that God has given to us. So, and thank you to Uncle Sele as well, the moderator this time. Nice meeting you here too. Thank you. So I just want to dive right in. I want to go straight to what I'll be talking about. But I would like to start my session with the question, what is parenting? And I want to believe that almost every speaker here might talk about parents and say something about parenting. Parenting encompasses not more than just telling children what to do, how to do, when to do, and otherwise. Parenting is caring for and raising children from infancy to adulthood, and to help them develop into healthy, productive members of society. So our parenting is not just raising unproductive people, or if we're going to raise healthy, productive members, it means we are going to be intentional about it. It means we're going to be intentional about their spiritual lives, about their mental lives, about their emotional well-being, about their health, about the kind of education that we give to them, about the kind of relationships we have them, we encourage them to form, about even the home environment that we are providing for them. So from that definition, we see that parenting is more than sending children to school. We see that it's more than giving children the food to eat, but caring for and raising them to become healthy and productive members of the society. So we all want balanced and wholesome children. We want children who are up to par in every area, education-wise, relationship-wise, spirituality, they are there, health, they are there, and just about every area. And that is why the session I'll be focusing on in this conference is on health. I'll be talking about healthy lifestyle choices for the whole family. That was mentioned by Uncle Sele before I got in. So it's healthy lifestyle choices for the whole family. Now, did you know that families who eat together are 40% more likely to make healthier food choices? Because when families come together to eat, they are able to influence their children. When parents see things that they are, when children rather see what parents are eating, they may be more driven to taste it one day. And our choices today shape the health and happiness of our families for years to come. So the choices we make of the foods we eat today don't just affect us today or don't just affect us tomorrow, but it affects us. He has a very great role to play years down the line. I read a book recently, I think sometime last year, and the author of the book was telling us that, well, that author made me understand from reading that book that there are some beneficial gut bacteria that are extinct. That is some beneficial gut bacteria that should keep us healthy, that should help us in the digestion of food, that should be on the increase, have actually gone extinct. Just like we have animals that go extinct, we have some beneficial gut bacteria that are extinct already. And they are not coming back, except a divine miracle happens. And he mentioned there that it is what we have been eating down the line that brought about the extinction of that. And if we are not careful, if we continue to go down this trend of putting our health in the back burner, more beneficial bacteria will continue to go extinct. So like that is no more found in the human race, is what he's trying to say. So our choices today shape the health and happiness of our families, even generations yet unborn. But what exactly does a healthy lifestyle look for a family? Now let's define it. What is a healthy lifestyle for a family? Is it just about what we eat? No. A healthy lifestyle is a combination of balanced nutrition, of regular physical activity or exercise, of mental well-being, of sufficient rest, and of strong relationships. That's like what a healthy lifestyle is. So I'm not just here to talk to you about nutrition, how to feed your family. The topic is healthy lifestyle choices for the whole family. And a healthy lifestyle is a combination of balanced nutrition, regular physical activity or exercise, mental well-being, sufficient rest, and strong relationships. So you see that healthy lifestyle is a combination of things. It's not just about nutrition, it's not just about food, but physical activity is involved. Mental well-being is involved, rest is involved, even strong relationships, the right kind of relationships makes for a healthy lifestyle. And do you know why families matter in this equation? That's because families create the environment where habits are formed. So a healthy habit or an unhealthy habit is easily formed in the family. Healthy parents lead to healthy children. I heard Miss Sandra saying before I came in that part of the assignment she got from God was that parents are leading their children astray. It's not, I want to believe that it's not intentional. No parent sees fire. No genuine parent who is in their right mind sees fire and decides, my child, come, let me drop you into the fire. No. So we need to become more conscious that we are creating environments where habits are formed. What our children see us do, they would usually copy. They copy more than you talk to them, and they do. So if we take our health seriously as parents, if we create that environment for great habits to be formed, it's only a matter of time. The children are going to fall in line. But I know also that there are common challenges that parents face, and that's like busy schedules, conflicting priorities, and a lack of knowledge. Some parents want to do the best, but they just don't know what to do. Some parents want to, this health thing, this healthy lifestyle choices, this mental well-being for children, but they don't have the resources. I also heard Miss Sandra saying, what is your budget for parenting? For 2025, for example, what is your budget? You need to seek for the right knowledge. Ignorance is not an excuse. You need to find out. Now that you're in this conference, okay, I'm hearing some things, probably for the first time. Maybe it's a refresher to somebody else. What am I going to start to do? Where do I have to learn? I need to know this thing because it transcends you. It goes down to generations. So now that we understand what a healthy lifestyle entails, I want us to dive into the first pillar, which is healthy eating. Healthy eating, the role of nutrition in family health. When we eat healthy foods, we are provided with energy, our growth is supported, and diseases are prevented. There are certain foods that we eat and diseases are automatic. I saw somewhere one day, some years ago, that everything we put in our mouth is either fighting disease or feeding disease. So anytime we are tempted to put things in our mouth, we want to ask ourselves the question, what I'm about to eat, is it fighting disease in me or is it feeding disease? Now, there'll be times where we feel like, I just have to eat this. This is junk. I just want to eat it. But you are taking it from a place of awareness now. You are taking it from the point of knowing what you are doing. There definitely will be times where children will be children and, all these processed foods, they probably want them. But then as a parent, it's important for us to keep thinking, are we fighting disease with this or are we feeding disease? And also for us to have balanced nutrition in the family, it's important to plan our meals. Meal planning is so important. Plan weekly menus to avoid unhealthy last-minute choices. Now, this is a very difficult one for people to do, so they just take the day as it goes by. Sometimes I'm like this as well. Sometimes we create menus and we don't follow it. But to do it right, to know what your family is eating, it's important that we plan our meals. Just like we plan vacations. We plan our work schedule. It's also important that we plan our meals. What are we going to eat on Monday? What are we going to eat on Tuesday? Why that is important is that it helps us avoid unhealthy last-minute choices. Because when we get to the point where we are so hungry, we'll eat just about anything that is available. Another thing is that we want to involve the family. You want to involve the children. Let your children choose the vegetables or the fruits that they like and let them help with the preparation of the meals. When children do this, they eat it. There were certain foods that I didn't used to eat before. But when I started making it, I would see the pictures of those foods, for example, in a book. And I'm like, I'm never going to taste this. But I observed that when I started to make those foods and I was following the recipe and I knew what I was putting into the food, I was able to eat it. So also when we get children involved and they see, oh, this is a carrot, this is beans, we are combining this and this together, and they're involved, or you allow them prepare it themselves, the chances of them eating those foods are higher. Also, you want to fill your house too with healthy snacks, healthier options. Fruits are a snack. Nuts are healthy too. Yogurt also. Those are choices for healthy snacks that you can make available in your house. So now, with that being said, eating well is a great start. Eating well cannot be overemphasized because it helps us to prevent diseases. It helps us to feel energized. It supports our growth as well. It even helps us with mental clarity because whatever we eat gets into our gut and our gut feeds our brain. So there is a gut-brain communication. The gut dictates to the brain, not the brain dictating to the gut. So when we feed our beneficial bacteria with things like yogurt, for example, it helps us even with our thinking. So when I was talking about what a healthy lifestyle is, I mentioned that it's a combination of balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, mental well-being, sufficient rest, and strong relationships. So we've just handled briefly, I've just talked about briefly what healthy nutrition is like, what it does, and why it's important. Now I want us to talk about movements. I want us to talk about physical activity and how it can energize the family. Why physical activity matters. I think I would give maybe just one reason why physical activity is super important. For the sake of my time, I want to cover as much as I can. Now, physical activity reduces the risk of obesity. It also strengthens muscles and it boosts mental health. When we are physically active, there is an excitement that you feel within you that you cannot really explain. There's an energy that comes with it. For people who love going to the gym, when you are going, it is not fun, but when you are done, you feel on top of the world. That's some kind of physical activity. So children may not necessarily be allowed into the gym till they're about 16 or so, but there are still things that they can do. There are things that we can encourage them to do. If they love playing any kind of sports, that's a good physical activity. Swimming, basketball, football, whatever it is that they enjoy doing, skipping or jump rope, like Americans will call it, let them get involved in it. Did you know that the percentage of children and adolescents aged 5 to 19 who are obese has risen from 2% in 1990 to 8% in 2022 globally? While in Africa, the number of children who are overweight under the age of 5 has increased by almost 23% since 2000. So between 2000 and now, the year 2000 and now, the number of children in Africa under the age of 5 who are overweight has increased by almost 23%. Now, this is not a number that we should just fold our arms about and do nothing. For if we do nothing about it, or we do little about it, this number will only be on the increase. It's not going to go down if we don't do anything about it. If we're not intentional about it, if we do not play our own part, our own role, that number is only going to be on the increase. So we have our parts to play as parents. Remember that I mentioned earlier that families create the environment where habits are formed. So it begins really from home. I remember a pediatrician we had that was our children's pediatrician while our family lived in South Africa some years back. One of the days we went for an appointment with him, he was mentioning to me that, parents come and tell him, my child does not like to eat. My child will not eat anything except for McDonald's or all of these processed foods. And then he said he told them, who introduced that child to it in the first place? When I heard that, it also made me think, who introduced the child? I mean, you gave birth to a baby. You breastfed or maybe you formula fed. And by the time the child is about 6 months or thereabout, we start introducing them to solid foods and all of these things. When we introduce them to these processed foods, they contain additives and it changes their taste buds. It got to the point where he actually even told me, he said, all these carrot purees that you buy that are already canned, all these apple purees you buy that are already canned, you should make them at home by yourself. Because those things have preservatives. Those things have some additives. So who introduced the children to it in the first place? We did as parents. Sometimes it's because we are looking for a quick fix. Sometimes it's because we are tired. Sometimes it's because of our busy schedules. And then we get all these fast foods for our children.
Okay, so um, I think our speakers network is a bit down. Um, so so guys, parents, are you hearing? I hope you're listening. You're taking notes about the kind of food that you should give your children. While we wait for her to come back, we've heard about the statistics, and we're seeing that in Africa, 23% of children under the age of 5 are already getting what? Guys, we need to do better as parents. What are we feeding them? So there was something she said. They said in the family unit, that's where we create the environment where habits are formed. We create the environment where habits are formed. And you say healthy parents lead to healthy children. So the idea of, oh, my child doesn't eat, or my child eats only, fast food. The question is, who is buying it for the child? Fill your home with healthy snacks. Fill your home with healthy snacks. So there was something she also said about the kind of food that we eat, which is either fighting the disease or feeding the disease. Amazing words, parents. Amazing words. Amazing words. Anything you put in your mouth. Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. Anything you put in your mouth. Okay, I think our speaker is back.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I don't know
No,
what
no, no.
happened. I think it was my internet.
It's fine, ma. It's fine. It's fine. All right, ma. You can.
Okay, so I have the floor. All right, so I'm sorry about that. I was talking about um, feeding our children with the right things. For people very little babies who have not started eating solid foods, I would encourage you. It's demanding. Yes, it is really demanding, combining it with every other thing you have to do as a parent, but it is rewarding. So we want to bear the crunch or whatever it is they call it now, so that we can enjoy the rewards later on. And for parents who already have children that are used to these things, right? One of the ways that we can break out of that is to, of course, still present them with the processed foods they are used to, but begin to reduce them or begin to attach something to it. Once you finish this healthy food I'm giving to you, I'll give you just one of this. So you want to begin to adjust it gradually, because if you just remove it completely, the child is going to rebel. And I don't think we want that. So, to family friendly activities, physical activities that we can do as a family, either playing sports together or taking walks, or if you know how to ride bicycles, get bicycles. Even dancing. Dancing is a very good physical activity. Play an upbeat song and dance to it as a family. If you can dance to it for 1 hour, I mean, that is going to really make you sweat, and that is going to even bond the family as well. So, dancing. So, there is really no barrier to it. If you think, oh, I don't have time for all these things, I'm busy, I wake up early in the morning, get back. There are short things you could do. 5 minutes workout. I mean, giving your family physical activity 5 minutes out of 1,440 minutes we have in a day, I don't think is too much. I don't think we're asking too much. And then for somebody who thinks, oh, we have limited space, we don't have the space to do all of these things, You can use your online resources, get indoor exercises. There are many things you can get on YouTube. Many things. Start with 5 minutes. Just start there. Right? Because staying active is important, but our minds and emotions also play a critical role. I know we had a speaker talk about mental well-being, so I'll just touch on it a little bit. But mental well-being, emotional well-being is equally important. So it's not just for us to eat healthy. It's not just for us to move our bodies physically every day. It is also important that we take care of our health, of our mental health, our emotional well-being. A mentally healthy family is more resilient and connected. When we are mentally balanced as a family, we are more connected to one another and we are more resilient. We can handle things, we can bounce back easily as a family. We should practice active listening and empathy with the children. For parents to practice that with the children, listen actively. Don't be so judgmental, because if you are so judgmental, children will withdraw into their shell and they won't say anything. And they may be dealing with a lot. Sometimes I've had times where our children have talked about certain things and I'm thinking, people still think like this. I mean, because now I'm in another I'm in another phase and I'm thinking this thing should not matter to you, but it really does matter to them. That is the phase where they are at. So we should not discredit them that, what are you saying? People are talking about other things. You are saying this one. Please, please, please go and sit somewhere. It's going to affect them mentally, emotionally. So we really want to watch that as parents. Another thing that can help our mental health and well-being, our emotional well-being, is to create gratitude lists as a family. You can just ask, what are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? As a family, ask, how was your day? And be genuinely interested in knowing how their day was. And if they ask you to, how was your own day? Talk to them about your own day. Tell them about your own day. It creates a bond. It makes it difficult for the enemy to creep into the family. I've had times where people have told our children, for example, don't tell mommy and daddy, and they still end up telling us. And they say, oh, mommy and daddy, but they said we shouldn't tell you. If we've not created that atmosphere, that person or whoever told them that can easily mislead them, and we wouldn't know. So our mental and emotional well-being is important too, for a family. Now, to the point of rest. Resting is important. Resting is not evil. Resting is not sinful. There is a place to rest. It's only oversleeping that the Bible warns against, not that we shouldn't sleep. Because a rested mind is a strong mind. Whenever we sleep, our energy batteries are recharged. Whenever we eat, actually, our energy batteries are drained, because digestion takes a lot of energy from us. When our bodies are digesting the foods we're eating, it saps some energy. But whenever we sleep, we recharge those batteries. We gain energy back. Our body repairs itself when we sleep. Our body cleanses us when we sleep. There's a daily cleansing that is meant to go on in our bodies whenever we sleep. So if we get enough sleep, if we cut our food eating at a certain time, the body needs approximately about 12 hours to clean out every day. So if we eat, for example, at 9 p.m. and we go to bed at 10 p.m., our bodies will not clean the house they were meant to clean. They will be busy digesting that food. And by the time we are waking up, our bodies have not done what they should do. If we do that consistently every day, then we have a backlog of things that should flow out of the body that are stuck. And then sleep affects our mood, our focus, and our health. So I just want to give some tips for better sleep. Set regular bedtimes for everyone. There are times where you want to have a movie night. That's okay. There are times where it's holiday season, and then the regular bedtime is here and there. But as much as possible, structure it. Set regular bedtimes for everyone. As parents, have your bedtime. As children also, let them have a bedtime. As much as possible, create a calming bedtime routine. For some children like being read to go to sleep. Some children like soft music playing, lullaby. They enjoy it. Just create that routine. For some children, it is prayer. For some families, it's prayer that just calms them down to sleep. So whatever it is that will be your own bedtime routine, create one. As much as possible, remove electronics from the room. Like TV, that's a difficult one for many people. TV, phones, laptops, iPads, those devices, they affect our sleep. We still sleep with them anyway, but it's important that we know that these things affect our sleep. Right? We don't want our minds to be racing whilst we are sleeping. So we want to remove electronics from the room. When families are well rested, they are better equipped to grow spiritually and emotionally. Spirituality is also another part that binds families together. Spirituality provides purpose, it instills values, and it strengthens bonds. So it's important as well that part of a healthy lifestyle is a spiritual family. A family that prays, a family that studies the word of God together. Have daily devotion times or prayer times. Some families, please just find what works for you. If morning time will not work for you, how about evening time? But it's important that we pray together as a family. It's important that we study the word of God together as a family. It could just be one verse. It could just be one verse. If you drive your children to school, it's a good time to also talk to them about a verse of scripture. It's also important that you attend worship services together. Attend church together. Now this is a big deal that I don't know whether many churches know about. Children are strong enough to pull their children out of a particular church to another church. If children are not enjoying a particular children's church, they can move their parents from that church, even if the parents are being fed in the church. But as much as possible, attend the same church as parents and children. Attend the same church. If a church meets the needs of your children excellently, because they are your future. If they meet that need excellently, I'm not saying the parents' spiritual needs should suffer. No. But those children, they are instilling that value, that love for God into them is very important because it will give you rest in future. So attend the services, attend worship services together as a family, where you see the children are actually truly being fed and taught the word of God, is a very important place for you to be. And then encourage acts of service. If your children are joining any department in church, encourage them to do so. Encourage them to do so, because that way they learn to serve others. That is also a healthy lifestyle, right? And then use meal times, like I said, use car rides with them to discuss moral lessons or share inspiring stories. You know, the Bible tells us in Deuteronomy that when you lay down, teach these things to your children. When you walk in the way, teach these things to your children. When you rise up, teach these things to your children. And we do these things every day. So we drive with them, we walk with them, we talk to them. For the ones that are still young, we bath them. Those are opportune times where we can teach them moral lessons. We can just ask questions out of the blue. You are you are helping to develop a healthy and productive individual for the society that way. Now, to keep all these practices sustainable, I want you to make this habit stick. How to make this habit stick? These things that we've talked about today, how do we make them even stick? Begin with 1 or 2 changes. Don't try to do all these things at the same time if you are not doing them already. Take them one step at a time. Take them one by one. Don't do everything at once. If not, it will be overwhelming for you, for the children, and you will just dump everything all together. So if it is the area of nutrition you want to focus on first, start there. If it is the area of spirituality, start there. If you think you can combine 2 together, nutrition and physical activity, do it, but gradually. It is small hinges that swing big doors. So gradually get there. Don't try to do too much at the same time. If not, it will overwhelm you and you will dump everything. Another thing to make this habit stick is to create a reward system. Reward the family for milestones. Have like a healthy meal challenge. Or when you complete an activity over the weekend, there is something you reward yourself with, your family with, right? Celebrate your wins, anything you are able to accomplish as a family for even one day. Celebrate it like it's a big deal, because it is a big deal, right? And then support each other. Support each other. Share responsibilities with the children as well. They can help to pack their lunches. They can help to, take turns in leading activities. They can be the leader of a particular family activity. Just incorporate them into what you do. Now that we have a roadmap to a healthier, happier family, I want us to wrap up with some key takeaways. I want to see our key takeaways in the comment section. Please, I want to see what is one thing you're taking away from this session of the conference tonight. What are some key takeaway sessions? What are some things that you would implement from today? Some things that you're going to start doing that you'll be able to up your game with from today, right? So we've talked about balanced nutrition. We've talked about regular physical activity. We've talked about rest. We've talked about mental well-being, emotional well-being. Yeah, we've talked about spirituality. All right. So I'm encouraging that every family should commit to one healthy challenge this week. I mean, this weekend, yeah, the week is almost over, but you can start your own 1 week from today, between Thursday and the next Wednesday. What is one healthy challenge that we want to do? Remember that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. So start building that healthy family from today. And I pray that God is going to help us all in the name of Jesus Christ. I trust we've learned something. If there are questions, a few questions that I can take before going tonight. Thank you again, Ms. Sandra, the convener. Thank you, Uncle Sele, as well.
Thank you so much. In fact, I've been writing. You have to call my name to get my attention. That Uncle Sele, please come back. It's time for you to come back. No, but I want to say a big thank you to you, Ma. Guys, if you know you had fun, you learned something. Please, can you say first a big thank you, because Mrs. Ayomitide. Every time I want to call her name, I have to stress it very well. Ayomitide, Mrs. Ayomitide, my joy has come. If your joy has come, just say thank you, Ma. Say thank you. Just say something to her, because it was amazing. It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Thank you so much, Ma. In fact, there are a whole lot of take homes a whole lot. I was just writing. So this is what you're going to do in your house, and these are the things you're going to do. My 1 week challenge is going to start very soon. My 1 week challenge, and I'm sure I'll be able to give
It has to
feedback.
start today. It has to
Yeah,
start today.
yeah, it's going to start. It has started already. Don't worry, it has started already. But I want to say a big thank you to you, Ma. It was really, really interesting. Don't worry, I'll give you my own feedback. Don't worry, Ma. So, but let me first ask everyone, parents, please, questions. I want to believe that you have questions for her because she said a whole lot of things. Trust me. I know there's something she said about the food. There's something she said about exercise. I know for some of us when we are very tired, we get home. Like me when I'm tired, my daughter will say, "Daddy, let's go and do this." And I'm looking at her like, I can't say no to you. But even in my tiredness, I will stand up and do it. So parents, share yours. Let's hear from you. Say something because I know that we all have different homes. But you see what she has said today, is applicable to all of us. Everybody must implement something because this conference is we're doing more than strategy. So it means that you're sharing, but we are also doing. We're also doing. Everybody is going to do something. Everybody is going to come back and share this testimony and say, "Oh, as a result of Mrs. Ayomitide's session, I'm doing this in my home. I'm not carrying my phone. This your iPad, this your iPhone, this thing that you always carry up and down. Drop it. Drop it. There's a reason. Drop it. It affects your sleep. Actually, it does. Please drop it. And for parents, some of us don't like to rest. Oh, that's the truth. But you see something, resting is not bad. Rest. Even God rested on the 7th day. Rest.
Exactly.
A lot of us like to walk. Rest. All right, parents, please. You have questions, or please give us your own your own take home. I was very scared about. I was very scared about the when you were giving the figures. Miss Sandra, welcome. When you said that in Africa, children under the age of 5, we have 23% increase. It's really scary. So are you saying that, a whole lot of us are not doing well with the kind of food we give to our children? Is it that we're not conscious of it, or we just feel that we are too tired to give our children the right kind of meals? Because it is really alarming that 23% increase, and children are getting, obese and everything like that. We just like to give them junk food. So, we need to reduce. Don't you think we need to reduce that that percentage, that figure? It means we need to do something, ma. Parents, you have heard. We need to reduce that number.
Yeah,
We
we
need
need
to
to reduce it.
we need to reduce that number.
I
Sandra, what
know
do you
I
think?
think now parents also live busier lives than before.
Okay.
So it's just easier, and even getting the right kind of help at home is difficult,
Hmm.
except you are led. God really chooses someone who can help. So it's just easier for parents to give their children, okay, this child just needs to eat. And another thing is that even the foods now are not as pure as they used to be.
Hmm.
A lot of our food. So you can imagine foods that are GMO foods that are now
Yeah.
being prepared in unhealthy ways again.
Yes.
So that combination is a terrible one. GM foods on their own are not good. And then you have fast food restaurants or places where they now use other ingredients that are not as healthy too, just to
Wow.
make it more tasty, more appealing, more addictive, right?
Wow.
It's always better to prepare foods at home. So um, I think for parents, it would be to meal plan and prep. Maybe
Okay.
they are free weekends, that can really help. For parents who are busy, go to work in the morning, get back late, honestly, going to the kitchen might be very tough. You
Yeah.
know,
Very
some
true.
people get back and their bosses have given them a very terrible day at work, and the last thing on their minds is food. But if they've taken the time out during the weekends to prepare something, even labeled them, it will be easier for them to do.
True. True.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
So,
So much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Uncle Stella, this has been so good, right?
oh yes, it has. It has.
Thank
It
you. Thank you
has.
so much, ma'am. For me, I have had a lot of highlights from this session because I mean these are the things that we deal with on a daily basis. Talking about food, we eat every day, and I know how it can be, especially when children are now on holidays and then even on social media, everybody's saying, how many times have your children eaten today? How do we keep up with healthy feeding or healthy meal plans, when these children would just go on, eating and all of that. But I really loved how you wrapped it all together. It's all about intentionality. Really, if we approach this subject of, you know, healthy feeding, if we approach it with the go with the flow style, we will get stuck in all of these unhealthy ways of or unhealthy um, foods and all of that. But
Yeah.
once we begin to get intentional, once we are not saying, okay, whatever happens today, let's do it. Once we are able to take time out to plan beforehand, it gets better. And
Yeah.
everyone is on the same page. We already know that, okay, we're eating rice and beans. Tomorrow, we know that we're taking vegetables the next day. So it's not coming to anybody as a surprise because, really, like you
Yes.
said,
Yes.
children need to be carried along. Oh
True.
my goodness. Yeah, from experience in my own home, they need to be carried along. And another thing that I really love that you said was when you were talking about our taste buds. The truth is we can actually train our taste buds. Let me quickly share that. My children earlier, I didn't bring them up with taking all of these fizzy drinks and all of that. In fact, my daughter, she never really took milk. That's because she couldn't tolerate dairy products and all of that. But even for my son, I didn't let them take those drinks for a long time. And then after some time, so they were not used to those things, even when they go out. After some time, I started becoming lenient. I'm like, okay, have one. When I go out, I can buy for you. And then they started taking those things again. I'm like, no, 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 we can't continue like this. And then we stopped it again. And, it's so amazing that for months they have not had those things in their lunch pack, and they are okay. They are satisfied. They take water to school because they do not really love all of those juices you make at home or smoothies and all of that. So it's water and they are okay. So whenever I see these things, I'm like, so we actually are the ones that program these children to like a particular kind of food. So the ball again lies in our court. And like the theme of this conference says, building strong foundations, parenting for the future. So it's not even about now. Every result is going to show. Every seed we plant now in terms of feeding will show later in their lives. And
Yeah.
like you said earlier, there are so many diseases that are coming up. Even the last speaker mentioned today, so many diseases, that are even affecting younger people today. All of those things, or most of them, boil down to the kind of food we're feeding our families. So thank you so much. It's been so
Thank you.
enlightening. I wrote down a lot of things on my computer. Another one that stood out for me was when you said our body cleanses out when we sleep. Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah.
a big one for me. So I'm going to go back and begin to sleep more intentionally because I sleep with one eye open. I'm sleeping, but my brain is still working.
Oh
So I'm going to I'm going to begin to sleep intentionally, knowing that I am serving my body well when I
my
rest
God. Yeah.
well. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks
So
for
to our
having me.
parents, Yeah, Uncle Sele, please can you help me ginger our parents? Help me ask them if they heard what our speaker said
Parents,
today.
have you heard? Parents, have you heard? Have you heard? There was a part where she said we should take walks. I know some of us don't have bicycles at home. Take walks, dance. You can dance. You can dance. Don't worry about it. Nobody's seeing you. Just dance with your kids. It's good for your health. Dance, dance. Bond as a family. Play games. In fact, for me, I'm already getting ready. My home. We have anytime, every time we have every time it's Christmas. We play games. We invite different families and we play games at home. We bond as a family. So I'm sure that parents are already writing down, those strategies they're going to implement in their homes. Parents, if you can hear me, please tell us some of the things you are going to do. Write it. Let's just see at the comment on the comment section. What are you going to do differently? Because we want you to take action. That is what we want. We want you to take action. And like Mrs. Ayomiti said, just pick up one thing that you're going to start doing. Don't do everything at once. From everything that you've learned, what am I going to start with first? What am I going to introduce first? Do you understand? And you start implementing them. Physical activity is very important. Mental and emotional well-being, mental and emotional well-being. These days, we're having a whole lot of young people who are having mental breakdown because and you're wondering what are you thinking of, but it is happening in homes today, and I'm sure it's been amazing. Parents, please rest, 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 rest. Okay, Sandra, any words for parents who are
Wow.
listening, who have been listening, because today this session has been amazing.
Yes, yes, it has. So once again, I'm just going to encourage and implore every parent or anyone listening in on these sessions to go ahead to implement. The word is take action, or that's our phrase for this conference. Take action. Let's not just hear, let's go back and take actions. Our children really need us. Our children need us, and I'm saying this as a professional because we know what we see at the back end. We know the kind of outcomes that we see as a result of um, unintentional ways of interacting with our children, whether it's how we're disciplining them, or whether it's how we're mentoring them, or how we're even, you know, um, relating with them when it comes to communication, right? There's always a feedback, there's always an outcome. So please let us be more intentional, let us take action. I love the part where she talked about dancing. I just feel
Yeah,
that we could be more, what's the right word to use now? Let's be free. Like, let's come down from that pedestal of being a parent. Let's get into our children's world. No matter your position out there, as you walk in through your doors, you are a parent, you are a dad, you are a mom, you are a guardian. And let's get on the floor. Let's get into tickle sessions. Let us
mm,
play. Let's laugh. For
yeah,
example, in my home, one of the things that we do is that laughter is one of our therapy. Like, we laugh for a living. In my home, we have
that's
sessions
amazing.
where we sit down and laugh. And then we
Laugh.
also have another kind of session where we're talking about the stories that we were told when we were growing up. We talk about Ijapa. Ijapa is tortoise. We talk about Ijapa. We talk about Yoribo. I mean, I don't know
Oh
those
my
stories. It's
god.
my husband that brings all those stories. But you know what? It is such a great way to bond. And then we laugh. We are playing. All of these things, they improve our health, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I also want to highlight is that we're role modeling. As we laugh, we're also teaching our children how to navigate situations. You've had a difficult day, you've come back home, you've talked about how your day was, and then 20 minutes later, everybody's gathered together laughing, and children are like, okay, so even if I have a bad day, I can talk about it and get into, laughter mode and just, unwind. These are so important. These are things that we really want to ensure we are doing, not just hearing. So that's my word, or that's my chat for us all today. I have taken my own lessons as well. And trust me, we are a movement of parents that are going to be doing much more better than we were doing before we came for this conference. Thank you so much, everyone. I love and I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. And don't forget to come on Saturday. Saturday is the highlight. Thank you, Uncle Sele.
Thank you so much. And please, people, every parent here, please don't forget we still have one more session. And it is healing your inner child as a parent, breaking negative generational cycles for a healthier family. Guys, you cannot miss this session. You cannot miss it. Please, guys, 7:30, mark your time, set your alarm, and we'll be back here 7:30 sharp. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. AYOMITIDE, ISAAC-OYEDEPO. She was amazing. Thank you so much, Ma. You were very, very amazing. Thank you. We learned a whole lot of things. And trust us, we're going to take action. We're going to take action. Thank you so much. Sandra, thank you. God bless you. And we'll see you by 7:30. Goodbye.
We gather together, hearts full of dreams. Parents united, stronger than they seem. With every hug and word we say, we're building futures day by day. Building strong foundations right from the start. Teaching with love, pouring from the heart. Parenting for the future, hold on tight. Together we will guide them right. Nurturing dreams, watching